Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to this, your February 15th through February 29th reading and predictions. For those of you who are new here, thank you so much for trusting and clicking on this video. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. Now, if you look at my subscriber level, you will notice that I'm this close to achieving my first level of monetization on YouTube. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button for me and helping me to actually achieve my first level on YouTube, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, you may have noted that I introduced this video as going to February 29th, not February 28th. So unless you've actually been living under a rock or a stone, you are probably already familiar with the fact that this year is a leap year. Just in case, Aquarius, you're kind of curious at this time, you might want to go down the rabbit hole of looking at, there's a number of countries, not just the United States, but there are other countries that also hold big, important events and decisions in leap years. Why? I don't know. Kind of curious anyway, but it's a rabbit hole in case you want to research it. Please stick around all the way until the end of the video. At the very end of the video, I will be allowing for some space and time for me to pull cards from a yes or no deck. It is a deck of cards that has only yes or no answers. So if you do have a question that requires a yes or no answer, stick around until the end. All right, Aquarius. Before we actually dig in and I start pulling some cards here for you, the last reading that I did for you was indicating that you were back into deep Hierophant work. And it's not the first time that you, as Aquarians, as we move into the age of Aquarius, have been asked to do deep Hierophant work, especially now with Pluto sitting in Aquarius, which is uncomfortable for many people, including Aquarians. And full disclosure here, I am an Aquarius myself. And I don't know about you guys. I would love to hear it in your comments down below. Did you guys feel it as Pluto went into Aquarius? I kept thinking, planets aren't going to affect me that much. I'm fine. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you. From the moment that there was that shift, I had about 2.5 or 3 weeks where it was just like, "Ugh." So I would love to hear your feedback on that. I've since cleared a lot of that and it's feeling pretty good. So how about you guys? Let me just check my notes one more time with regards to the last reading that I did for you. Last reading I did for you, yes, Hierophant work. You were feeling trapped. There was an old belief system that you needed to let go of, and that was going to help you to find your direction. So how are you feeling? Have you found that new direction that you've been looking for and seeking? Do you feel like you still have more Hierophant work to do? Let's take a look. King of Cups coming in, and that one's on the floor. All right. So Aquarius, we're going to get off to a good start here with the King of Cups. The King of Cups, as with most kings in the tarot, is extremely confident. He is the king of emotions. He has no issues with expressing his emotions. He does tend to approach things with a more kind and gentle approach than many of the other kings in the deck because he is in his heart center. So, Aquarius, you are being called into your heart center. You're being called into your emotions. Now, I know that a lot of Aquarians can be viewed by their peers, friends, family, work associates as being cold and coming from a very intellectual place. It's not uncommon for an Aquarian to be described that way. Part of that, it's just kind of who we are. It's not because we're damaged in any way. It just happens to be a characteristic of being an Aquarius. But with this King of Cups here, this is a call towards your heart center to tap deeply into your emotions and be more empathetic than you have been being. That's where you are at. Now, the other card that came out that had flipped onto the floor for you is the Page of Swords. Okay. Now, pages are one sort of step or one level below the knight. The page is a little bit naive. The page likes to come charging in with his sword held high, with the intention of bringing some kind of news to you at this time. Sorry, my son just needs me just 1 second. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I don't edit my videos, but if my son comes in, I do pause them for a moment to give him my undivided attention. Okay, going back to this Page of Swords. Page of Swords, as with all of the pages, is a little bit naive. They have a tendency to kind of rush into things without knowing all of the answers. They, of course, are adventurous and they are seeking additional adventure, but sometimes the Page of Swords can get a little bit uptight or a little bit more aggressive than what a situation calls for. And in your particular case at this time, Aquarius, this is being tempered by the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, as I already mentioned, is the emotional king. He is the one that considers sort of everybody's point of view from a place of heart and from a very empathetic place. So these two cards together are indicating that as you move into the latter half of February, there's a need for you to find the balance between rushing into something and perhaps being a little aggressive versus tempering that with setting back, tapping into your heart center and going, what's right? What are other people feeling or sensing about this situation? So, yeah. Let's move into what you are focusing on. Where are we going for that? We're getting called to the fairy deck here. What are Aquarians focusing on for the latter half of February, please? Where are they putting their attention? One card flipped out. It's on the verge of falling on the ground. And we have another card that did actually flip out all the way and go on the ground. And they're both on the ground now. So much fun. All right. So the first card that came out for you is the Four of Winter, Aquarius. Four of Winter corresponds to the Four of Swords. This is a card that I like to call the Quiet Hermit. This is the card of go within, take some time for yourself. Don't feel like taking time for yourself is a bad thing. There is this concept or this preconceived notion that taking time for yourself is selfish. It's not. So I want to point that out. Now, this came up in what you are focusing on. Where are you putting your attention going forward through the latter half of February? Some of where you're putting your attention is taking time for self, quiet contemplation, meditation, setting aside your concerns so that you can clear your mind and go forward with that clear head. Now, the Page of Swords and the King of Cups coming up is indicating that there is a duality happening within you. There's a little bit of internal conflict. And so it does stand to reason that the Four of Swords comes in and says, hey, it is time for you to take some time for self-care, going within, and really getting clear on what it is that you're wanting to manifest. And the other card that came up is the Six of Spring, also known as the Six of Wands. This is a card of public recognition, acknowledgement of your successes. This is a card that is filled with positivity. It is also represented by the suit of wands, which is represented by the element of fire. And this is about continuing to take action. It's not about having achieved, oh, the angels are singing, and you can finish. Yes, I've achieved. Yay. Now I don't have to do anything. No, this is the Six of Wands, Six of Spring, is a card of, oh, I'm being acknowledged. Wow, I need to keep going. I need to keep putting in the effort. Okay. Both cards, both the Four of Swords and the Six of Spring, are about self care to a certain degree here, Aquarius. That the Four of Swords is blatant about self care. The Six of Wands is more about self care with regards to um, continuing down the path that you have set out upon and not resting on your laurels. And again, there is a little bit of a duality coming up, not quite as pronounced as the duality represented here by the page and the king, but there is a bit of a duality here in that, you know, the Six of Swords is about being driven so that you can have additional accolades, so that you can be successful in your work or your career. And the Four is about stepping backwards. Now, for some people who are perhaps not familiar with meditation, self care, yoga, all of those things, they may be going, wait, this is a full on duality here. How can I keep going and be driven and go hard while at the same time withdraw into myself? The reality is that when you withdraw into yourself and you take time for self care and you do meditate or take 40 or 45 minutes for a yoga practice, if you can afford that much time in your busy days, that actually gives you more clarity of mind. It gives you more energy in order to be able to put the efforts into what you are being driven towards. Where are we going next? Where are we going next? Come on. There we go. All right, for difficult influences and challenges. Difficult influences and challenges for Aquarius for the latter half of February, please. Oh my good grief. Aquarius, you have one card that came out in your difficult influences and challenges, and we've already seen this card once. You have the Page of Swords and the Page of Swords again. Okay, from two different decks. This one is from the Everyday Witch. This is from the Light Seer Tarot. No, this is not affiliate links or anything else. I'm just letting you know which decks I'm using. But yeah, you have the Page of Swords coming in again, this time in your difficult influences. This page, let me remind you, is about barreling into something, being presented with an idea and going so hog hard into it that there may be consequences because the page is a little bit naive. They don't have all of the answers before they go charging into a situation. So be on the lookout for that as you move through the latter half of February. The other saying that's coming in for me as a download, I am picking it up clairaudiently, is Aquarius. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. So make sure you do your research before you go barreling into something. Let's move into messages the universe wants you to hear at this time. Messages for Aquarius. Messages from the universe. Message for Aquarius. No, we're not getting a message. One more time. Messages for Aquarius. We've got one that's flipped out. Is there anything else? Any other messages for Aquarius? Yep. A few more. Right. So the first, oh, wow. There's quite a few messages here for you, Aquarius. The first message that came out is love is your energy. Yes. This is confirmation of this King of Cups, which was the first card that I read for you. This is about coming from your heart, coming from that place of emotion, compassion, empathy. Aquarius, love is your energy. Aquarius, set your intentions. Four of winter and six of spring in what you are focusing on is absolutely about setting your intentions and keeping going. Choose love over fear. Your thoughts create your reality. Again, going back to what you are focusing on. Four of winter, taking time for self, getting clarity, meditation, exercise, whatever that looks like. And then diving into that energy of the six of spring, saying, yes, I'm being acknowledged, but I'm not finished yet. I have more to do. Your thoughts create your reality. And the final message, Aquarius, never judge another. All right, let's move into what is unexpected. Unexpected for Aquarius. Unexpected for Aquarius. Unexpected. I really need an extension on the desk that I'm using right now so that the cards don't go on the floor. Unexpected for you is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is an extremely positive card. It is a card about your efforts are successful, and it doesn't matter whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a business project. It doesn't matter whether it's in whatever endeavor is coming up for you, Aquarius. This is about you successfully stepping up, stepping into whatever it is that you're working on. And again, it has a similar meaning to this Six of Spring. They both have similar meanings. The Four of Wands, you'll notice on this card, is two characters here. They've got their castle behind them. They're stepping up. They're raising their hands. Yes, we're together. So this card may also indicate possible partnership with regards to an endeavor that you're working towards, Aquarius. Now, I'm not talking about a romantic relationship. This is not from the suit of cups, which is the emotional side. This is more of a business type feel to it, possible partnership, but either way, unexpected that things are just all falling into place for you. It's good. It's beautiful. Final general overall outcome. Where are we going? Getting called over here to the Osho Zen. And then we're going to get to your yes or no question. All right, final general overall outcome. A couple of cards flipped out there. Final general overall outcome. Okay. We have cards that have a tendency to be a little bit opposite. We also have some confirmations in your final general overall outcome here for you, Aquarius. First of all, we have the Seven of Swords. In this particular deck, it is called the card of politics. This is a card of be careful of the people that you are spending your time with. Someone is wearing a mask. Somebody is a snake. This is sheep in wolf's clothing energy. This is deceit and deception energy. This is snake oil salesman. Whatever, someone's wearing a mask around you and they are not showing their true self. I'm going to go back to this King of Cups here. One of the best ways for you, Aquarius, to step up and step into this energy of detecting and determining who in your midst is this snake oil salesman is to really tap into your heart center, tap into your empathy, your compassion. You're probably going to find your answers there. I also want to point out that you had 2 Page of Swords come up, indicating there may be a temptation on your part to rush into something. And there was in your reading that advice from the cards to not rush in, especially with this being in your difficult influences. There's going to be a temptation. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. And there's your confirmation right there with this 7 of Swords coming in, is that something is going to get presented to you during the latter half of February that is going to be too good to be true, Aquarius. So just be on the lookout for that. It doesn't mean that you're going to fall into it. It just means there is something on the horizon. Watch for it. And the final card in your reading is the Fool. This is the 0 card in the tarot. This is about new beginnings. This card also has that similar naivety that the Page has in the tarot. You have the Page of Swords twice. So there is some naivety in what you are moving into. And this is not surprising, Aquarius, because we've just moved into Aquarius in Pluto. It's going to shift back out later in 2024 and then shift back in. And then Pluto is going to stay in Aquarius for the next 40 years. So if you didn't like the energy the first time around and you weren't able to kind of adapt and shift into it, ultimately, my personal experience that I mentioned at the beginning of this reading, I did struggle and bristle with it. I didn't like it, but then I adapted to it. And I'm now quite comfortable sitting in this energy. So, Aquarius, get used to this energy. Get used to not having 100% of the answers before you move into something new. That's what this Fool energy is about. It is about new beginnings. It's about excitement. It's about new endeavors. There are 2 cards in your reading, both indicating success in new endeavors. But definitely there's an air of naivety. And I will repeat one last time before I pull the cards for your yes, no question. If it seems too good to be true, Aquarius, protect yourself. All right. Think of your yes, no question. You may want to close your eyes, ask the question quietly in your mind or out loud, whatever's most comfortable to you. And let's get a card for Aquarius. Yes or no? Yes or no for Aquarius? Ah, I need a card to jump out. Come on. Yes or no? There we go. And it's on the floor. How many of the cards actually went on the floor? Was anyone counting? All right, Aquarius, in response to your question, the answer is listen to your intuition. Unfortunately, you did not get a specific yes or no, but you did get listen to your intuition. And there was a card in your reading about that. Actually, there were several cards in your reading, both the King of Cups, tapping into your heart center, that's where your intuition comes from, and the 4 of Swords. So definitely, Aquarius, you are being asked to listen to your intuition at this time, really tap into it. That is part of us moving into the age of Aquarius. Thank you so much, Aquarius. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said before, if this video resonated for you, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Help me to achieve that first level in YouTube's algorithms. And I would like it. Actually, I would love it if you would allow me the honor of doing your next reading for you at the beginning of March.